Hey guys, welcome back to Steins Gate Linear Bounded Phenogram, Daru's Route. My name is Michael SK, and I have a bad feeling of the direction that this story seems to be going in right now. I think we're nearing the end of Daru's story. I don't know. I mean, we have the menu music playing. It seems kind of climactic. Suzuha is about to kill herself. Or sacrifice herself is probably the better way of saying it. Or at least that's what it looks like. She's grabbing the bomb, as it says here, without any hesitation whatsoever. She grabs the bomb. She's probably going to run away with it to try and save both her mother and father, Daru and Yuki. Which I guess would explain why Suzuha wouldn't be around in the future? I think? I don't know. I guess let's read on and see what the hell happens. No more assuming things. Aren't those things normally supposed to explode when you move them? But nothing happens. I can tell that the timer is still counting down, less than 20 seconds left on the clock. Suzuhashi, what are you? She looks at me and gives me a big smile. Aw man, don't do it. Don't do exactly what I predicted. That ain't right. She turns on her heels and dashes back into the sewers, the time bomb still in her arms. The sounds of her footsteps grow distant. My voice. And our ears. That's got to be loud, especially with the echoing in the sewer. It is engulfed by the enormous sounds of an explosion and the waves of heat that come with it. It blew off the entire ceiling. That was a really dumb joke. I'm very sorry. The sky is starting to clear. I never thought I'd be able to see the sunrise ever again. After the explosion, Yuki-tan and I were saved by the cops and firefighters that came to the scene. The whole incident in Akihabara became top headline news, and there was coverage on it all night. We haven't heard from Kiryushi since the incident. She'll probably never come back to Akiba. Yuki-tan and I were sent to the hospital and received treatment there. Luckily, I only had a few bruises. Since Yuki-tan had been in prison for an entire day, she had grown quite weak and needed to be hospitalized. In the end, I left the hospital without seeing her. It took a long time, but I finally made it back to the lab. It's been a few days, I think. Chuodori is as busy as always, but there's nobody near the lab at this time of day. Except for him. To be honest, I'm definitely not alright. My leg still hurts a lot. And my glasses are cracked. I was actually supposed to stay in the hospital to do some tests, but I couldn't handle it anymore. So I got Okarin to help me sneak out. We wanted to call a cab, but since neither Okarin or I had money, we reluctantly walked all the way back here.
Na, Okarin.
Nanda?
Suzuhashi no koto, news de nanka yatteta?
I finally found the guts to ask the question I'd been meaning to ask since leaving the hospital. I had told Okarin everything I knew about Suzuhashi's true identity, along with how she had saved us by grabbing the bomb.
わからん。
ニュース見といてくれって言ったじゃん。
見ていたさ。だが、鈴葉のことなんて一言も報じられていないんだ。今のところ、あの爆発で犠牲になった人はいない。一人もだ。つまり、鈴葉は死んでないってことだよ。そうだろ？
そうなのかな。
after everything that happened, the logical conclusion would be that Suzuhashi had died. But if what Okarin's saying is true, that means they haven't found a body.
鈴葉
Or they're
製造説を
covering it
裏
up.
付ける証拠はもう一つある。
なんぞ
お前、ラジカンの屋上にタイムマシンがあると言っただろう。お前が病院に担ぎ込まれてから助手と一緒に行ってみたんだが、そんなものはどこにも見当たらなかった。
なんだとだって確かにでっかい人工衛星みたいなものがドーンと
なかったんだ。
つまり僕の妄想だったってこと。
あるいはお前を助けた後、鈴葉がそれに乗って別の時間へ飛んだか。
おお
I hadn't even considered that.
だから信じろ。
The thing is, and I've been wondering this, what was her reasoning for even coming back here? Like, I don't really know what type of world line we're on. I mean, no one died around this time, Mayuri or Kirisu. So I'm assuming that it's not a bad timeline to be on. It's not necessarily a good one. I mean, Moika is still the annoying bitch that she is, trying to ruin the day. But like, what would the point be? Like, is there something that happens in the future? Suzuha didn't imply it, but why would she be here either way? I guess I'll just keep on wondering.
おかえり。
Despite how late it is, Maki says she's still at the lab.
助手、ホテルに帰らなかったのか？
ちょっと考え事してて。
巻きせし、そこはそうじゃなくてさ。別に橋田のために待ってたわけじゃないんだからなって言ってくれんと。つうか言ってください、お願いします。
あんたね。そもそも入院してなくていいの？なんでわざわざこんな時間に抜け出してきたのよ。
俺も聞きたいな。ダル、何をそんなに焦っている？
そんなん理由は一つしかないだろ、チョコ。
何よ。
ゴミ間3日目に始発で向かうためだおキリ
God damn it.
あ。
だってぬかりやアイスが寄生虫マニアすぎて俺の内臓になんか住んでる略してキセナスを手に入れんとオタ失格っしょ。早くアイスタンに会いたい。この前も言ったと思うけど僕が攻略するオニャの子1000人目はアイスタンだってずっと決めてたんで。キセナスの争奪戦は相当過酷だお。始発組でも手に入れられるかどうかわからんってレベル。それでも絶対に負けられない戦いがそこにはある。
You know, after everything that Daru had gone through, this is still his number one priority. What a true otaku he is.
ダル、お前、歪みないな。
つうわけで僕これから有明に向かうんで。
I've had my backpack ready since yesterday. It's stuffed with the supplies I need for today's battle.
待って、橋田。私、ずっと考えていたの。天音さんのことは岡部から大体聞いた。それを踏まえて昨日、あんたに起きたことを考えたとき、矛盾が生じるのよ。タイムパラドックスとも言えるものがね。
どういうことだ？
鶏が先か、卵が先かって話。橋田と天音ゆきさんを助けたのは、天音鈴葉さんだった。つまり、橋田とゆきさんが2010年8月16日以降も生きているっていう結果に対する原因は、鈴葉さんの行動でしょ？ でも鈴葉さんはタイムトラベラー。2036年からやってきた橋田と由紀さんの娘。2人が2010年8月16日以降も生きていないと鈴葉さんは生まれない。因果がループしてるのよ。これはタイムパラドックスであり、絶対に成立しないはずなの。であれば橋田、あんたもしかすると鈴葉さんの父親じゃない可能性も。
細けいことはいいんだよ。
Actually, I have a little bit of a prediction. What if, and it's really difficult to determine a first time, but the first time that Daru and Yuki went about this, and there was no time traveler Suzuha, the events played out differently and they were still able to survive, but something else occurred? What if there was a death of somebody else? So, in order to prevent that, Daru came up with the idea that Suzuha would go back in time and prevent something else from happening. But wouldn't that result in a different world line? I hate time travel shit sometimes. Trying to predict things is not easy. I stand up straight, shouldering the backpack, holding my change of clothes, water, and handhelds.
それじゃ1000人目の嫁を迎えに行ってきます。
ダル、健闘を祈る。
Ah, thank you, Okabe. Okarin salutes me with a smile as I exit the lab, leaving Makiseshi completely bewildered. I glance at the Upa bandage on my finger. It's gotten a little bit brighter, but the city is still sleeping. I start walking toward the station. Whatever. I'll know for sure whether or not Suzuhashi is my daughter in about 10 years. And hell, I never made any promises to Yuki-tan, and I never even gave her my name. But if we really are connected by fate, I'm sure I'll see her again. So for now, I'll be me. Just like always. Onward to my 2D waifu. Just you wait for me, Ice-tan. I guess that's one way of going about it, Daru. And I guess that's the end of his story, huh? I think, maybe. I'm assuming so. So we were up into the 3s for that one. I don't know what the terminology is for that. I guess it's whatever. It's obviously different from the beta and alpha world lines. So now, the real question is, what do we do next? Because we have time. We don't have to end the episode this short. We can jump into something new. But I will state my opinions on all of that. That was actually really interesting, I guess you could say. We have new world lines to look at. That was a very interesting story, I would say. I actually liked following Daru's point of view. It was really different. And I'm sure it's really what I'm going to be saying for the rest of these. I'd say that was good. It was still that Steins Gate feel. It was action-packed. It was funny at times, I guess, as it should be. And that is exactly how Okabe's story started. It was silly and all that. But, of course, it's an alpha world line. And we came to that eventual realization of the fact that Mayuri was dead. I thought of something different then, but boy oh boy was I wrong. This was a completely different case where no one was dead, but that doesn't mean that there can't be any Steins Gate-esque story. There definitely was. That was really cool. Trying to figure out that puzzle that I would have never figured out on my own. That was completely impossible. But nonetheless, that was really good. So, this was our option. Also, Alpha World line. We follow Kirisu, it would seem. But that is Alpha World line. That should be very familiar. Meaning that it'd probably be Sad Boy Hours. Let us see what our 3 new options are. Suzuha. That is Alpha World line. A Ghostly Rendezvous. Ooh. We have Oh shit, Mr. Braun. We get to follow the man himself. And that is again in the 3. I don't know what that is called. If anyone knows, by all means, let me know. And maybe I'll do a search on a Steins Gate wiki page or something. And this is Ferris. I don't want to do that one. I really don't want to do that one. I kind of want to do the Kirisu one, not because, you know, that was the other choice besides Daru's, but I'd rather either do maybe Suzuha, but Mr. Braun and Ferris, I feel, would be really different. I think we'll keep it somewhat familiar. We'll do Kirisu's story, then Suzuha's, or if I have a change of heart, we'll jump into Mr. Braun's, or if I really have a change of heart, we'll do Ferris's, and then once we complete one of these other ones, we'll see what else comes up. There's 10 stories total, and there is 6 to choose from, 2 of which that are done, so there's 4 more that would appear if my math is correct. But anyways, we will start here with Vermilion Soteria? Vermilion Soteria, we'll go with that. Let us start this scenario. To the Alpha World line, we go again. Hoo. It was fun following Daru around. The gentleman perv that he is. I don't think we actually ever saw a sprite for Yuki. We saw that CG with Yuki, but we never saw a sprite for her in this game. I would have liked to see that. Uh-oh.
どこなのここは。私、どうしてここに。あれ、そもそも私。
My head throbs lightly. I look to my left and to my right, but I can't see a thing. Just a dark space, pitch black. There's no sound but the ticking of a clock. Am I in a sensory deprivation tank? No. I don't remember entering one, and if I had, I wouldn't be able to hear anything. And I can still hear the eerie sound of a clock. Tick-tock. It's a bad app. I try to calm myself down and search my memories for answers. But my head is still unclear. Everything is foggy. To start with.
そもそも私は誰?
I ask myself. But I can't remember anything. The sound of the clock is so strangely unsettling. I want to ignore it, but the harder I try, the worse it gets. It's scrambling my thoughts. Just why?
また岡部の悪ふざけじゃないでしょうね。ってあいつはこの手のことはしないか。あれ
Okabe. Who is that?
そうなってもその名前は覚えてるのね。
I'm very confused as to what the hell is happening. I'm getting even more confused now.
私
A female figure appeared before my eyes. Even with my uncertain memories, I was convinced the figure standing before me was me.
それくらいはわかるみたいね。マキセ・クリス。マキセ・クリス。
At that moment, a torrent of images rushed into my brain. 11 years ago on my birthday, when I upset my dad and shattered our relationship, my mama taking me with her as she moved to America, working brutally hard to graduate college early, and working as a researcher at Victor Kandria University's Neuroscience Institute. This year, when Papa, real name Shoichi Makise, publicly known as Dr. Nakabachi, sent me a letter saying he will hold a press conference to commemorate the completion of his time machine. Temporarily returning to Japan as a sort of reverse exchange student at a Japanese high school, and then...
それからあれ どうしたのかしら。わからないの？その後どうなったかが。私、日本に来て、パパに殺され。
Oh.
違う。大ビルの公園で変な白衣の人に会って。違う。その白衣の人とはパパに殺される前にも会ってって。
My memories become convoluted. Multiple, intersecting memories tangle up inside my head.
ATF の公園で私にちょっかいをかけてきた岡部といろいろあって仲良くなって。
And that's right, I remember. Okabe Nintaro. It all started when he began claiming that I was a ghost, and that I should be dead already. And then at the lecture, he disputed the theory that time machines cannot be made with the technology available to us in this timeline, which caught my interest, so I went to visit his lab. And they really were making a time machine.
そうだった。人間が直接過去に行けるわけじゃなかったけど、過去にメールを送ることができた。D メール。
That's right. Then we repeated the D-mail experiment to verify whether we could send a message to the past to change it. Then, over the course of our experiments, Okabe and I...
だいぶ思い出せたよね。なら、今は何をやっていたか思い出せる？今。
What was I doing just now? Actually, that leads me back to my original questions. Just, what is this place? And why am I here? Thinking rationally, the most reasonable explanation is that this is a dream, and I am currently sleeping. As far as I can remember, I was staying up all night upgrading the phone wave. I was trying to make a more advanced time machine that could not only D-mail to the past, but people's memories as well. But now that I think of it, I don't remember falling asleep. If this is a daydream, it's unusual for it to have taken over my senses to this extent.
その認識は正解とも言えるし、正解ではないとも言えるわ。正解ではない？間違っているとも言えるではないの？あなたらしいわね。言葉の正確な定義にこだわろうとする。交わす言葉が正確に定義されないなら、その言葉で伝達される事象にも齟齬が生じるわ。当然でしょう。ええ、それでいいのよ。あなたはあなたらしくあればいい。これからあなたが体験する一つの物語でも。物語？
What is she saying? Most dreams tend to be an incoherent mishmash of ideas, which makes the relatively logical through line of this conversation all the more strange. Even if my brain is producing this dialogue by association with external stimuli, there are still many odd factors.
そこまで深く気にする必要はないわよ。ただ、あるがままを受容すればいい。そしてあなたは、あなたのままでいればいい。その物語は、ここから離れたら、もう覚えていることもできない蜃気楼か。さもなければ、幻のようなものかもしれない。もしかしたら、存在さえしなかったかもしれない、一つの可能性や、幻想かもしれない。それでも、あなたがここに来てしまった以上、それを目の当たりにする権利と義務がある。
What do you mean?
8月13日。2010年8月13日14時6分。この物語はそこから始まり、同じ日の17時34分に収束する。
Damn, not long of a story, I guess. My consciousness jolts in reaction to the date, the time, a time not in my memory. But for some reason, deep inside my heart, I felt shaken. My consciousness fades. The sound of the clock won't leave my ears.
時の円環と歯車は無限の螺旋を描いてまたそこに戻る。永遠の連鎖が描く奇跡を私は知っているはず。だから確認しなさい。そして救うのよ。ここでもあなた自身を。彼、ちょっと待って、そんな一方的に。
My consciousness rapidly clouds. The sound of the clock gets louder as if to consume my thoughts. My awareness flakes away as the bell rings. It's like I'm falling asleep, or rather, waking from a dream. And then Oh shit. It's the squad. Alright, well, we're gonna end the episode there. A little early, yes, but I did want to get started with the next story, so next time we're good to go. So, thank you all for watching this one, guys. If you enjoyed, make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you would like to see more, all of that fancy jazz, and I hope to see you all in the next episode as we really dive into Kirisu's story. I feel like it will be an absolutely interesting one. And hey, we at least finished Daru's story. Like I said, that was a lot of fun. A very interesting one at that. I really wish there was a little bit more to that. I was really getting into it, but nonetheless, a really good story. So I'm excited for this one. I hope you all are as well. So I will see you guys in the next episode. Take it easy.